New tonight, Michigan Tech University wants to offer new programs next year focused on semiconductor technology. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation is granting the university hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. TV6 Houghton Hancock Bureau reporter Colin Jackson spoke with each about the need for workers in this industry here in Michigan.
Across Michigan, there's a need for more technicians and engineers in the semiconductor industry. Semiconductors are a material used to build computer chips.
Michigan's semiconductor workforce ranks among the top 10 in the nation, with job growth of at least 11% projected in the next 5 years. Michigan also ranks among the top states in the nation for semiconductor manufacturing, with industry jobs growing 12% between 2015 to 2020.
The MEDC is providing grant funding to state institutions to provide more training programs for this field. One of these institutions is Michigan Tech University, which will receive more than $800,000. MTU will use this funding in 3 programs. The first will be in stackable micro-credentials training courses, focusing on topics like cleanroom operations. The second will be through multiple one-week summer programming sessions aimed at semiconductor personnel work experiences. The third will be a back-end semiconductor curriculum program.
To expand and create semiconductor curricula within the field of advanced semiconductor substrates, assemblies, packaging, and testing that will allow individuals to jumpstart career paths for in-demand job roles.
This is the continuation of a collaboration between the university and the MEDC. Earlier this year, the two created the EV Scholar Scholarship Program. According to Dr. Dennis Levesey, more programs can be expected at the university based on additional state industry needs.
Once the state and their partners identify what the key areas are, the universities will propose efforts that we can use to help to meet those needs.
MTU will be working with workforce and employer partners like Calumet Electronics to promote the semiconductor programs. Colin Jackson, TV6 News, Houghton.
By 2026, Tech projects around 200 people enrolled in professional micro-credentials semiconductor training courses and 200 more in the summer weekly programs.